Hey everyone, just making this short video asking for some prayer. I've had an idea for a subject that I've wanted to do for quite some time. It's inspired by a book that I was given, and I can't even remember who gave it to me. But the book's title is Extreme Righteousness, and it deals with modern day Pharisees. Um, and it really is something that has hit me hard, and studying the scriptures over the last couple of weeks, stuff that's really kind of been, I guess, snowballing would be the correct term, because we read in the pastoral epistles about being careful about genealogies and philosophies and all this stuff, and a lot of it has to do with false teachers. But a lot of that can also be translated to like how we create divisions in the church. Um, think about it this way: Arminianism and Calvinism. Now, I am a Calvinist, but there are verses that back up Arminianism in the Bible. And it's kind of like my professor used to say, who was a staunch Arminianist, you can't deny verses. And he would always say that about ones that pointed to Calvinism. And it causes division. And a lot of that has to do with modern day Pharisees, basically being, among other things, that we hold on to certain teachings in such a way that we don't always listen to what we can glean out of good teachers. And one example of two guys that are from two different theological backgrounds that I like and admire and listen to on YouTube is Dr. James White, who is a staunch Calvinist and argues for correct biblical interpretation, defense against critical analysis of scriptures, and Dr. Michael Brown, who is a staunch Arminianist, and the two of them have debated Calvinism and Arminianism, but the two of them are good friends. In fact, recently with Dr. White's debate with, I believe it's the GGOC, he's passing it to Dr. Brown to kind of take over and argue the facts. So, we see that there's unity in the body, is what I'm trying to get at. But anyway, I just want prayer, because I'm thinking of making a video. I don't know how long this video will be, but I kind of want to go into the Bible, a lot of where the Holy Spirit's been speaking to me, because I see with friends, I see with family, I see people that hold on to a staunch point. And reading the scriptures, the Holy Spirit's been speaking to me and saying that really we are causing more division. You think about the whole thing about the Sanhedrin. You had the Pharisees, Sadducees, Zealots. Just all these groups that were the religious leaders, but they held on to specific points, and they believed certain things that just really divided the church, or divided the religious system of the day back there. And we see that today in the church, not so much, but very much so, when we have different denominations, but even within those denominations we have splits because of thoughts and stuff. And I'm not saying that that shouldn't happen. There are times where the splits happen because something is very anti-biblical in a person's thinking, and they start leading the church towards heresy. And so a split needs to happen because you need to cut the cancer out of the body, and take that out. So I'm not talking about stuff like that. That needs to happen. You need to turn around and take out um, the cancers that can destroy a church. I've seen that myself when I was a very young person. I saw a pastor come into a church that my father and several men were associate pastors of, and the pastor was trying to bring in a false teaching from a cult. And those pastors did the biblical thing. And of course, this was a denomination. They brought in the proper people, and the pastor was removed from his position. So there are times where that has to happen. But what I'm talking about is when we sit there and we say, well, no, this is the way it is. And, I'll get into this when I do officially make the video, but a lot of it has to do, and why I say we have modern day Pharisees, is because we have people that hold on to teachings of particular Bible teachers. Um, and I'm guilty, and I'm going to explain this in the video, but I'm guilty. I did it for a while too. But we hold on to teachings of a particular Bible teacher, and that goes back to the way in the Sanhedrin, they would say, Rabbi, Levi says this, and they would hold Rabbi Levi's saying as if it was biblical fact, scriptural fact, and that becomes a danger, and because I've seen people that hold on to a person's particular teaching so tightly that it splits families, it splits friendships. It can lead people to just walking away from the church because they're trying to follow their teacher, their pastor, and somebody's trying to follow this teacher, and it just causes these rifts, and that's not, scripturally Paul says that's not what the body is supposed to be doing. The body is supposed to be helping itself, healing itself, and working for itself. So that's just one of the things that I see in this modern day Phariseeism. And so anyway, just pray for me as I start to work on this, and I don't know when I'll have this video uploaded. I want to be able to study and have scriptures ready and be ready to give you some ideas, facts, thoughts on this. But I have a lot of other stuff that I'm doing with my church right now. So, anyway, that's it. I'll say God bless and love you guys, and we'll talk again. God bless.